There's groundbreaking news from the moon, and it's not what you'd expect. India's Rover just took space exploration to a whole new level. Stick around to find out more. You probably think that the moon is cold, right? But that's not 100% true. During the day, it can get hot. Now, the moon doesn't have an atmosphere like Earth to regulate temperatures, so daytime can get scorching hot, and nighttime can be freezing. So I thought it could get hot around 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, but the recent findings from Chandrayaan III have left not only me, but even the experts a bit taken aback. The Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO for short, recently sent this amazing lunar mission called Chandrayaan III. One of its tools, known as JWST, that's short for Chandra's Surface Thermophysical Experiment, but let's stick with JWST, it's easier, was designed to check the temperature on the moon's surface, and it showed a whopping 70 degrees Celsius. That's like an oven preheated to bake a pizza. It's definitely hotter than your typical summer day, and believe me, this surprised even the seasoned experts at ISRO. One of their top scientists even admitted this was not at all what they were expecting. Roads here on Earth can be unpredictable, but let's talk about the moon's surface and its own unique challenges. So, Chandrayaan III's rover was having what we could call a casual lunar stroll on the 27th of August. Everything was going smoothly, right? But then, just like that, it faced a sudden obstacle, a 4-meter wide crater. That's about the length of a small car. And the crazy part? This lunar hiccup was just 3 meters ahead of the rover. Yeah, it was that close. Now, in the world of space missions, obstacles like these are a big deal. There's no room for errors. The rover could get trapped or even sustain damage. But thankfully, the brilliant minds at ISRO were prepared for such lunar surprises. They swiftly commanded the rover to retrace its steps and navigate onto a safer route. It's like watching a driver expertly swerve away from a surprise pothole. The adventure of Chandrayaan III highlights the unpredictability of space exploration. The moon, with all its craters and surprises, always keeps us on our toes. But with cutting-edge technology and some swift decision-making, we're proving that we're more than ready for the challenges it throws our way. Now, if the moon's craters and surprising warmth weren't enough, wait till you hear about Chandrayaan III's latest elemental findings. Seriously, the moon is turning out to be a veritable periodic table. On August 30th, Pragyan, the rover equipped with a laser-induced breakdown spectroscope, dropped a bit of a science bomb on us. It unambiguously confirmed the presence of sulfur near the moon's south pole. Now, why is this so groundbreaking? Well, sulfur isn't just something you find in your chemistry class, it's an element that can tell us a lot about lunar history and potentially the early solar system. But wait, there's more. The rover didn't just find sulfur, it also detected a cocktail of other elements. We're talking about aluminium, calcium, iron, chromium, titanium, manganese, silicon, and even oxygen. It's like Pragyan is on a scavenger hunt, but instead of trinkets, it's finding building blocks of the moon. The cherry on top, the quest for hydrogen is still on. Finding hydrogen would be a game changer because it could hint at the presence of water ice, a crucial resource for future moon missions, and maybe, just maybe, a lunar colony. Now, I've seen many space missions in my time, and let me tell you, Chandrayaan III's urgency, it's unparalleled. Space missions are usually slow, meticulous affairs, but with this one, we're taking an adrenaline-pumping rush. With a tight window of just 14 days for the entire mission, they've already zipped through 4 days. So, do the math, only 10 days remain. This isn't your regular Earth day, we're talking moon days here. A day there is 2 weeks for us. Time's flying, literally and figuratively. ISRO, India's space agency, has a clear target. They're driving their 6-wheeled rover to explore uncharted territories of the moon's south pole. Every inch covered, every piece of data collected is invaluable. Nilesh M. Desai, one of the lead heads at ISRO, put it out straight. They're in a race against time, and trust me, from what I've seen in space missions, this race, it's intense. Each moment is packed with purpose. Every maneuver matters. So here's what to expect. Rapid moves, precise experiments, and a hustle like never before. What's the current state and what's happening next? The mission's rover, Pragyan, and its lander, Vikram, are currently in sleep mode. They've done their initial set of tasks and now they're basically saving energy. Why? Because it's nighttime on the moon and they rely on solar power. But here's the kicker. Both have fully charged batteries and are set to wake up again when the moon sees its next sunrise on September 22nd, 2023. Before nodding off, they've been busy. already. Vikram safely delivered Pragyan to the moon's surface, and both of them have been working together to collect crucial data. For example, they've been analyzing the soil, monitoring temperature, and even detecting a range of elements. Pragyan moved around 330 feet on the moon. That's a lot of ground covered. Just before hitting the hay, Vikram made a small move. It hopped closer to Pragyan by about 16 inches. Why does this matter? Because this little move could be a practice run for future missions that aim to collect moon samples and send them back to Earth. When the lunar dawn arrives on September 22nd, both the rover and lander are set to wake up and continue their work. Given they've already achieved so much in a short span, the next awake phase could be even more fruitful. More tests, more discoveries, more answers to our questions about the moon. If Pragyan and Vikram wake up as planned, they'll continue to gather valuable data, and who knows what more they might uncover. India's Chandrayaan III mission wasn't just a regular space mission, it was India stepping up, waving and saying, "We're here and we're ready to make our mark." The way India celebrated this success speaks volumes about its passion and pride.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has happened. Mr. Kamat's arrival has coincided with the Vikram lander landing on the surface of the moon.
Now, when we look at the moon's surface, we find two distinctly Indian names, Shiv Shakti Point and Tiranga Point. Shiv Shakti Point takes a bit from our ancient stories, reflecting balance, power, and a sense of purpose. Meanwhile, Tiranga Point is like a salute to our tricolour flag. It's India's way of saying, this is for every Indian back home. Modi, the Indian Prime Minister, declared August 23rd as National Space Day, which is no small gesture. It's a national acknowledgement that the journey to the moon isn't a mere technical feat, it's a collective dream realised. On this day every year, India will not only celebrate its space conquests, but also remind the world of its rightful place in the space pantheon. In all honesty, this is how it should be. India's space journey with Chandrayaan III is an epic tale of grit, innovation, and ambition. And as India looks to the stars, it's not just with the eyes of a scientist, but with the heart of a dreamer, celebrating each triumph with the weight it truly deserves. In this space race, India isn't just running, it's soaring. India's leap with Chandrayaan III is not just about reaching the moon, it's about chasing dreams, no matter how distant. As they say, the thrill is in the journey, not just the destination. But if you're wondering where it all began, don't miss our video on Chandrayaan III's launch. It promises a front row seat to the very beginning of this extraordinary adventure. Go on, take a look. This is space exploration with a bit of Desi flair.